This conference will now be recorded.
So we are done with the tuning part, performance tuning part. Okay, so before moving ahead to backup recovery, I was planning to do this connection. Gita was saying yesterday that let's have the graphical tool installed. Okay, so Postgres Enterprise Manager is a very popular tool. It is provided by EDB, but that is not free. Okay, you can get it for 2 months trial. Okay, you can register your email ID, then you will get it for 2 months trial. But I am telling you the tool which is the free tool, that is Postgres admin. I already configured it yesterday, which was generally enterprise manager is generally used, but this is also one of the tool which is free, and it can also be used as a geo tool. You can have a just look at all this tool. Okay, this is also one of the graphical interface you can look at or you can explore. Okay, so now how to connect, how to make a connection from the graphical interface from any tool available in the market, that we will cover it today. Then I will give you just you how to connect from here, and then you can go ahead and explore it as well. I think I've already shared you steps. That is the community's version. This is free, completely free version.
What is
I
the
already
name of the tool?
PGAdmin 4.
Okay, the name of the tool is PGAdmin. Okay.
PGAdmin 4. Okay, and now let us see how we can connect actually. Okay, okay. So that was also I supposed to tell you that how to make a external connection to your um, database. Now we were I think since the time the training is starting, we were just connecting like PSQL -5433, right? Or your CNC I am not is prompting the password as well, PSQL -432. Okay, so it is not prompting any password. I'm not specifying database name, but I told you that we have to specify the database name, username, and password. Now, why it is happening is it is just because a very important file which is there in your Postgres cluster. That file is pg_hba.conf. Okay, full form is HBA is host based authentication. Okay, and do not do the cluster directory pg_hba.conf. Okay, this is the host based authentication. So by default, all the connection outside of your server is logged, or there's a firewall, you can say it is blocked. All the connection is blocked. Okay, this is because of this file. Okay, this is because of this file. Okay, so that's why all the connection are blocked for your database. Okay, now maybe you can go through slides also. Now there are two types of connection and three types of connection actually. There is local. Okay, so now you can see there are 5 columns over here, right? Type, database, then user, then address, then method. Okay, okay, there are various types and various methods. Okay, so type means type of connection. So we have local connection and host connection and host SSL connection. Okay, three types of connection. Database is something with which database I'm trying to connect. User, with the user I'm trying to connect, user the database user. Okay, then address, from which address I'm trying to connect. Okay, then is the method. Okay, how I am trying to connect. Okay, so now when I'm making a connection, I am not prompting any password, I'm not asked for password, I just go ahead and connect, right? This is just because of this entry over here which says local. So connection can be local and host. Local means from the same server, host means from any server or any other server. Okay, then there is an host SSL, that means through SSL. Okay, SSL we are not covering anyways. Okay, through SSL, secured socket layer, right? That is a secured connection, right? So either then it is from any other host, right? Through SSL. So one is local host and host SSL. So they are basically three kinds of connection. Then So why it is able to connect? Because it is local all, so I can connect to all of the database. Any of the user I can connect, and I am trusted method. Trust method, I need not to provide any password. Okay, if it is trust, I need not to provide any password. Okay, this is clear. We'll go through each point also, how many types of methods are there, and but this line is clear to you?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so let me go through slides also. So in this way I'm trying to uh,
So this is
I'm
like
this
how we are connecting
yes.
externally. Okay, that
Yes,
also is you're
externally.
covering.
So right now, external connection cannot be made to my database. Okay, external connection, because in the host, I'm mentioning the name of the database as replication. So replication, anyways, is not a database in my. By default, they mentioned replication, but replication, anyways, is not a database name in my Postgres cluster. So this file is for each cluster, for each database cluster. This file belongs to each database cluster. So externally, by default, I'm blocking all the connections, okay, in this file. As by default, all connections externally are blocked. Okay, it's kind of firewall you can say for your database. This file itself is a firewall for the database. So every connection will go through this. If connection will pass through this layer, then only it will try to connect. Okay, so now if I go back to the slide, so type we discussed, right? Type is local, is only to your local machine. Host, host SSL and host no SSL. Okay, so these are the different kind of connection. Now name of the database, the name of the database you can want to connect, or you can specify all also. So if you specified all, so it will allow everybody to connect. You can specify all the users, or you can specify the users which you want to connect. Okay, which you should think it should be allow. So everything you are specifying, just like your inbound rule and outbound rules in any machines also. If you think about your operating system, your machines also, then there are inbound rule and outbound rule. Everything is blocked, but the rule you specified, that only will be open. The same way, everything is blocked, only the name of the database, the user, the type you specify, then it will only connect. So name of the database you want, or you can specify all also. On the same way, users also you can specify all. Okay, IP address, in IP address also you can mention all, or you can mention the IP address from where the connection will be made. Okay, so if you're very sure that what they are have 10 clients and they are specifying their connection name, then also you can specify over. Now there is one more thing that sometimes it becomes a kind of very difficult. Maybe there are hundreds of connection that would be made to your database. You can specify all also, but all also has become very risky. Then we are open to the external world also. Okay, so let's not specify all. There is one more catch into it. You can specify the I don't know the term, which is you can call it, is you can specify first 8 fields or first 12 fields. Okay, so you can specify the subnet name. You can specify the subnet name, just like my company has the first two digits, right? First two digits at 192 and 168. Okay, 192 and 168, and I can specify over here any IP address, but it will look at only to these IP address. So I can specify over 16 over here. Okay, if you see over here, just like this, in this example I have specified 127.00.132. Then it will check all the IP address. Now I am making one more entry over here. Okay, I will say host Postgres users all 192.168.1.1/16. Okay, trust. Or maybe I'll specify, okay, I'm trust right now, trust. Okay, so what does it means is it will only check the first two digit of your IP address. Okay, so the subnet would be 192.168. Okay, and it will trust all the connection that is coming from 192.168, because I've specified 16 over here. Assume I have specified 8. Okay, then all the connection coming from 192 will be accepted. If I specify 24, then all the connection coming from 192.168.1. Okay,
Can you like what is the significance of that 32 or 24 or whatever you are saying? I understand like that
These
is
are
the
the
host
bits.
IP address.
These are the IP address bits. I am also not from the networking background, but this is IP address bits. First are 8 bits. Second octet is 8 bit. Third octet is 8 bits. Fourth is 8 bits. Okay. So the any IP address, IP4 addresses are divided into 4 octets, right? We all know that, right? So if I'm specifying 24, that means first 3 octets should be same. Okay. So if I'm specifying 8 over here, then first octet should be same. If I'm specifying 16, that means the 2 octets should be same. Okay, in this way it is done. So in this way it is done. So when you specify host Postgres all, then see in an organization what happens is you cannot specify 100 IP address, right? There could be 100 or 1000 users for Postgres, or maybe at a time 100 people are connecting. That is very difficult to specify this thing, right? So in that scenario there would be some intranet addresses within your organization. Then you can specify first two octets, as there are class A, class B, class C, class D addresses, such kind. I am also it would be difficult for me to recall all this kind of thing, but this is how it is. Okay, so in that scenarios you can just specify the first two, and you can specify 16. Okay, these are the first two octet, or maybe there would be some you can check with your network team or something what all IP addresses in your machine in your organization are, who are able to connect. Then you can specify it over here. Okay, if you want to really make it open for everybody, you can specify all. That is also fine. You can specify all, but it will become open to everybody. Now I then there is so then you can specify all over here, and then it is open to everybody. Then you can restrict on the database level or at a user level further. Okay, IP addresses can be restricted by this. Okay, so if you know specific IP address, you put specific IP address and put it /32. Okay, put it /32 specific IP address. Now if you have the first two octet, put first two octet and put 16, first octet 8, and third three octets 24. Okay, so in this way you can trust put your file and save your file. This clear, right?
Can you show the entry again? Like, so right now that entry you made specifically for connecting to this PG admin tool. That's what you're doing?
No, this is not for PGAdmin tool. This is for Postgres database. I'm making an entry
No, no, Postgres database you're making, but I thought like you
cluster.
want to connect to from PGAdmin, you want to connect to
Because
particular.
see, now PGAdmin tool is an external tool, right? It is I have installed in my machine, but I would be connecting from my laptop, right? It's a graphical interface. I would be connecting from my laptop. So we were earlier making connection all to from this cluster. From this cluster, you are able to connect only because I have using over here local all. I told you, right? Local all. Now in this, I will connect host means external host. Now I am able to connect to only Postgres database because I specified Postgres over here. If I would have specified all, I could connect to any database. Now I specified Postgres, I will only connect to Postgres database. Okay, then I specified, okay, you can see this line, right? Okay, now see this line. This line is very important, right? So I am able to connect to Postgres database. Then I can connect from any user. I have specified all over here, and then I can connect from these IP addresses only. 24 means 192.168.1. Okay, these three octets should be same from where I want to connect, and that connection would be trusted. Okay, so now I come to trust point. Now uh, this is clear, I hope. Okay, so now I'm going to trust my method type. Okay, fourth is method type. So database is name of the database, user is the name of the user, which is very simple. Address is the IP address from where I'm connecting. So if I'm not sure, I specify all. If I know about first second octet, I specify in this way. If I know the complete IP address, then I specify the IP address, just like 127.0.0.132. This is the loopback address anyways. Okay, so this is the complete address. If I know complete address, I specify the IP address /32. Okay, in this way you can make connection. Then the method type. So method type is trust. Trust means is that I need not to provide any password. Okay, uh, trust means I need not to provide any password is not required. So there are four kinds. There are more actually. Okay, but that is the fourth basic. Okay, that I'm covering. Okay. So if you find something, you don't say I've not covered it. But yes, I think there are more actually. But that is very complex, and I don't think practical. Generally, we don't need all those methods. We generally work on these methods only. Okay. So trust is something which is trusted. You don't need a password to connect. So now, if you say reject, so that means you are rejecting the connection, even if you don't make an entry that is rejected by default. But still, if you want to explicitly make an entry and reject some connections, okay, because maybe you have specified host all, okay, so this reject will definitely will override that acceptance. Okay, assume that you are accepting all the connections, or you are accepting 192.168, but you are rejecting few of the IP address in between. So you can put a reject also, because it would be very difficult to mention 100 or mention 1000 IP addresses separately. So you specify 192.168.1.1/16, okay, and you reject couple of IP addresses, okay, then it will work. So that also can do. Okay, then trust reject password. So password means you have to specify the password. Okay, you have to specify the password. Okay, and md5 means is when the password, so md5 also you have to specify the password. Okay, the difference would be the password would be encrypted internally. You will not encrypt it, it will encrypt internally, and then only it will send to server. Okay, so what should be the generic case, or I generally use in practical scenarios MD5 only. Okay, so MD5 is something you specify the password, but the password on the network, or maybe connecting from your client to server will go in an encrypted format. Go in an encrypted format. That is MD5. MD5 is the encryption algorithm which is used by Postgres by default. Okay, so this is how your connections are made. Okay.
Look, I have a question.
Yeah.
So if in case we can put that both accept and reject, so
Mhm.
is there any order defined into it? Let's say if I put that, allow all in the top of
Mhm.
the list, and then I'm putting reject in the second line. So will that still be acceptable, or like how is that the file will be read in a
if
specific
if
order?
if there are two conflict rules, then the rule first in sequence will take the precedence. Okay, if you want to put reject, then put it above allow. Okay, so
Okay.
it will read from the bottom, it will read from the bottom, which will come at the above. Okay, it will read from the bottom, then will override that rule.
Okay. Okay.
Okay,
And
so if
that
there are two.
MD5 thing, so it means like with MD5, right? So
Mhm.
will there be any salt to the password as well? Like let's say some databases what they do, right? I think let me not get into that. So like this is just that whatever the password we have, password is stored encrypted, or like is it what we have right now? Let's say ABCD1234. The same will
Mhm.
be stored in the database. Is that right?
No, it is not stored. The password is stored and encrypted only in the database. Okay, but the password goes to the database in unencrypted format if I specify password. But if I specify
Okay.
MD5, then it will go in an encrypted format through the network
Over the network,
Oh,
like when it is like
over
it
the
is
network.
just for the
Yes.
security algorithm. Like MD5 is like a security algorithm. So like when you're passing through this network, then it
but can we
just
change
it
the algorithm to something else?
there are more algorithms also other than
There would
MD5,
be.
but support
I
it
think there would be.
maybe. Yeah,
Yeah,
there are
because
many
So by
MD5 is
default.
like I don't think no MD5 somebody is using these days, right? It's a very old algorithm, and I think it got cracked. So
Yeah,
okay,
there would be some option. I'm not very sure.
okay,
it's like
DB.
that SHA-256, SHA-1228. Nowadays they use the SHA. So it depends on like if like we just need to see like if
Yeah, I
what
think SHA option is
organization is.
also there. I think it is there. It is there. You can
I
use it.
think SHA, many people like now you're using the SHA with more like
Scram
complexity
share,
with
right?
SHA.
Yes,
Mhm.
you can. Yes, you can use it. So see, I'm able to connect without password 5435 in U01 DB5. The port number is 5435 for me. Okay, I'm able to connect without the password. So if I go to pg_hba.conf, okay, then I see this local all. I am able to connect just because I have specified local all. So all database, all users address I need not to specify it in case it's a local connection. I specified instead of this, I specify. Okay, first let me. Okay, we can use password. Okay, so now I need to restart it actually first. Okay, then only it will work. Postgres with identified with, I think so, right? Identified with. First, let me put a password to it. No, I forgot this command. The one way is slash password also I can use. Okay. Hmm. Password alter user with. Okay, it is with password. Okay, alter user. Postgres with password. Why it is making it read only now? Cannot execute alter row in read only transaction.
What you
Are
want
we
to
in the
do?
correct DB or in the default DB?
And I'm in the current DB only, but
Like the public
it's
DB, so maybe that could be the issue.
no, but my user current. Okay, I used to change the password from Postgres itself. Okay.
Yeah, it's super user.
Okay. I think this is this database. I think I've configured for this PGAdmin. Okay, let me switch to another database.
So if we configure any database for PGAdmin, we can make that read only.
Yeah. That is containing his dictionary actually.
Okay.
It is already prompt. See if I now if you see this file PGA, I have already changed this file actually. If you see this file PGA_hba.conf.
Ankush, what you're trying to do right now? Like you're all means what exactly means
I'm
what is what?
trying to I'm see local
So you wanted to show a demo showing
demo,
the
yeah.
a method
How to
as password,
yes.
and
Yes.
then when
So
you're doing PSQL and connect, that time it should ask the password. So you're
Right,
trying
right.
to give the password for the PG Postgres user.
So I'm
That's what, okay.
specifying over local Postgres all password. Okay, I made this entry local Postgres all password. Okay, now if you see, if I am logging in with the with this port number, the port number was
5433, no?
yeah 5433, then it will prompting me for a password for the user Postgres. Okay, it is prompting me for the password. Okay, so this is the way, if you because earlier it was trusted, so if it is trusted, then it will not prompt you for password. Now if I've changed it, okay,
But
so now
were
I
you
change.
able to give the password, alter the user, alter the
Hmm.
password for that
No, I have not
Postgres?
changed it now, but yeah, it was changed previously. Okay, I think that database, so now we can try with other users also. If I say PSQL minus 433, prompting me for the password. So I do have some other user. So alter user R1 with password. Okay. So now I can connect with R1 as well. R1 is the okay. So I put the password. Okay. So I'm able to connect. Select current user. Okay, so if I make it MD5 or I put any other algorithm, okay, then it is kind of same only. It is just like if I say trust, then means no password. Now if I say MD5, so for user it is same, but for internally it will password will be gone in an encrypted format. Okay, well, I just need to restart my cluster. If I make any change to pghba.conf, okay. Okay, for me it is same, anyways it is same, but I need to put it over here. Okay, so now if I want I put a trust. Okay, so now you can see that it is not prompting me a password now, because what I did it, I made this entry again enabled. Okay, local all trust. I even put it over here that I need to provide a password, but as being this entry being at above level, okay, at the top level, so it will take this will override the entry for this. Okay, this is local all trust is has overridden the entry, this local all trust has overridden the entry which is at the lower level. Okay, MD5. Okay, so this is didn't prompt me for the password, so every user I'm going to is getting a trusted. Okay, okay, so this is how is it, and then I think this is all about how to make a connection to your database. Okay, next one more thing you have to take care is listen addresses. Okay, if you see there is a parameter. After configuring this parameter, there is a parameter listen address. Okay, so listen address by default is localhost. So by default localhost means is either you put it localhost or you can specify a list of IP addresses as well. Okay, that would be also very complex to put it. Okay, listen address means from where the postmaster will listen. Okay, so this is again a next blocking point. First, you make an entry into pghb.conf. Then also it will not accept the connection. Okay, then will also not accept the connection because listen address is only localhost, so it will only accepting the connection from the localhost. Okay, so the
So
next step
this overrides the listen address overrides.
not going to override anything. It's not about overriding. This is, I'm saying that once you open the connection from this pghb.conf, so next step would be to open the connection from the postmaster as well. So that is the security. Now next is the listen address. So listen address also you have to specify the IP addresses. Okay, so they are putting two layers actually for putting two layers to make a connection to your database server. Okay, so listen address by default is localhost. That means postmaster is listening the connection only from the localhost. So now either you specify your list of IP addresses. So there is no /8 or /16 concept over here. You have to specify all the IP addresses. Okay, from where you have to want to listen the connection. Okay, so that would be also complex for us to do it. So if we are opening the connection for everybody, then we can just simply specify asterisk over here. Asterisk means is it is opening, it is able to listen from any IP address. Okay, so generally what we do is in practical scenarios we put asterisk in the listen address, and then we put /16, or generally in an organization when you know that users are only from your company or your organization, you have set of IP addresses, you check with your network team, and then you put a IP address in pghb.com. Otherwise it will become very difficult, right? There would be at least thousands users at least, right? In any team there would be 100 guys or 200 people, right, with different IP addresses. There would different range of IP addresses. You get it from there and put it in the hb.conf accordingly. If it's /16, okay, or 8 maybe, generally /16, because I think generally in every org it is class B addresses. Okay, so you can put it with /16, and over here you put asterisk sign. Okay, so then it will become open to the world. Okay, open to the world. Now postmaster will listen to all the connections. Okay, this would be the next step. Okay, so in this way, now if you put asterisk, your database is now open to connect from an external connection.
But only for the IPs which are in the PGHBA, whatever that we have given
Yes,
the
yes,
means all, but like we restrict from where the, suppose we just want from our intranet, then we will have the IP address, subnet mask, whatever specified, first two
hmm,
or first three digits. So those and the listen address still you will do star, because from
yeah,
all those it will accept,
yes,
but it is
yes,
limited in the PGHBA config.
yes, yes.
I think this must be
One
very
question.
important concept, no? Like this must be used everywhere, no? Like this is something like
Yes, I think it is not there in Oracle. If you say Oracle listens by default to every connection, you can put restriction at OS level only. Okay, Oracle doesn't put under restrictions. Oracle has to buy external tool that is known as the database firewall to do it. Okay, if you want to really block it, otherwise Oracle listens. If you provide the TNS entry, anybody can connect to the database, right? But here you need to know from which the connection is coming from. Okay, that is something that is something additional thing which I didn't saw in Oracle. Uh, I think database firewall does it, but that is anyways you have to pay more money for it, right? Company has to pay more money for it.
Adam, I have a question.
Hmm.
And one update as well. So basically, Oracle has database ACLs which we can use to restrict. So there is a DBMS package we can utilize that for restricting the ACLs. I normally work on that. Uh,
Is it?
and the second thing is, yes, go ahead. You're saying something?
Yeah. I'm just trying to check that database ACL, right? You're saying?
Database
Yeah.
ACLs. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
There is some
I
package.
know.
Yes.
I'm using that in my current project. And the
Okay.
second thing is like, can we have, let's say, we have Postgres on internet. Let's say we have multiple users. Let's say 100 users coming up. Burst users are coming up. can we have multiple ports available for that? Let's say if one port is getting choked down and something like that for
Mm,
one database cluster. For
no, no,
one
no,
database cluster, I'm saying.
no, no. Hold on. Yes.
Like
No, I'm
load
not heard of.
balance kind of thing you're saying, Amir? Load balance.
Yes, yes, Geeta. Like something because one of my database was having very burst connections, and I know that we had to bring multiple Oracle listeners for that, and we had to basically we had to create 5 listeners basically in that database. So many apps are there. So from that scenario, it just came to my mind like if we can do something like this.
No, no, I'm not sure actually. I've not heard about this term that we have multiple port for postmaster. Maybe something externally you can put in, but I don't think so. It is providing anything port numbers.
Okay.
I
No,
need to
the
check.
way he said, like in Oracle, like we can always have multiple listeners, no? Like different
Mm-hmm.
listener can listen on a different port. So that's what he was saying. Like they opened up like a 5 listeners, and maybe in the
I
app
can, I
side
can.
they have.
If I search in the Google, they're telling something, right? Uh, I think there is no, that's, not possible. People have put it in some forums, but people are saying no, it is not possible. I've not heard of that thing. Is it there?
So in Postgres, if
Multiple
we
listener,
stick to one
because I
port,
think listener is the external tool actually where you can have external port, but actually this postmaster is a part of the cluster. Okay, so might be it can accommodate only one value, port number, port value in this. Mm, till now it is not there. I just checked. Till now it is not there. Maybe in the future they might release it something. Okay. Okay. So
and
now
Amir,
installation of.
why you had 5 listeners just to because getting connection from multiple ports, like load balance kind of thing, no?
We that database is having a burst number of connections. Like that's a very huge database.
Okay.
So yeah, we get I think maybe hundreds of connections per second, and that's the like even Oracle is not able to scale that out. So then they
Mhm.
recommended to have multiple listeners for that.
Okay.
Okay. So this is. I think I've already shared the link as well. This is you can follow to download your PostgreSQL and then install it. SUSE Linux it is not available, so I had one more system. I added one more system that is Ubuntu system. For Red Hat it is available. Okay, Red Hat you can download Postgres. PGAdmin would be the site from where you can get it. Okay. This is also the part of uh, okay, so this is also kind of part of the Postgres communities only. Okay, so you have to simple step, add the repository, then yum install PGAdmin 4. Okay, this is something which is uh, part of your repository, part of your community site. Okay, PGAdmin 4. Okay,
So
then
you
you can
said
have.
it's not on SUSE Linux, just on Red Hat Linux?
Yeah, that is not on SUSE Linux. This is in CentOS, Red Hat, and Ubuntu, and Windows as well. Not on SUSE Linux. Okay, this is CentOS, and this one So Ubuntu also it is working, CentOS it is working, Red Hat is working, Fedora it is working, but not for SUSE. Okay, so I added one more AWS machine for it. Okay, so yum install PGAdmin 4. Okay, then yum install, you have to just add the repository. Okay, I think this is normal installation. Add the repository and then do a yum install PGAdmin 4. Okay, then do a yum install PGAdmin 4 web for the web mode, and there is one more desktop mode. Okay, for desktop mode you have to install a desktop version in the Windows machine as well. Okay, then you can connect to this, and then in the web version you have to execute this file. So this is going to install Apache in your machine. Okay, Apache server in your machine, and then you can make a connection to it. Okay, so
Are
if
we
you
not installing it on our laptop?
you can install, I've already installed actually Ubuntu on Ubuntu machine. You can just try to install it on your machine, and I don't think so there would be any issue.
No,
But if
no,
there is
means like on the Windows laptop, you install the tool and then you connect to your AWS, like
your
whichever the
Windows,
Postgres server.
actually this is my office laptop, so it is restricted actually. Desktop mode is restricted. You can try to install desktop mode, and then you can install desktop mode and you can connect it from here. Okay, or you can go for web mode also. There's not much difference. Web mode or interface is almost same. Okay, so you can
So did you how to install it? Like means like if we want to, you can show the demo, but how we can do it that you can tell us.
that's what I'm telling you. This is the simple step, right? You add the repository with RPM -I. You add the repository over here, and then you install the yum install PGAdmin 4 if it is Red Hat. Okay, so in this Ubuntu, you have the curl command to install the public key, then deb to add the repository, and then apt is used, right, in Ubuntu. So I have installed it for Ubuntu. Okay, that's why I added in the slides also for Ubuntu. So I have say apt install PGAdmin 4. Okay, then going to install. Then next step is apt install PGAdmin 4 web. Okay, so this is these steps I followed. Apt install, adding the repository, adding the public key, and then this to configure setup.web.sh. Okay, so I need to procure one more machine. Just try at your end. If it is not installed, then I will show you the demo for it. Try on this end in your machine. Try to install this PGAdmin. Just try to follow these steps, simple steps. Okay, it's just an installing your web interface, then installing your PGAdmin 4, and then I think this is adding of repositories by default. You have to do it for everything, right? Then adding the PGAdmin 4, then install the web version. Okay, so in this way you will then, after doing this, once it is running, it will show you running. Mm, okay, so now it will look, interface will look like this. Then you can say add server. So now for making a connection, you will have to say server add. By default, if no server is added, this is going to show you. Okay, so you go to connections, and over here you put the host name. Okay, so if we want to make a connection, maybe let's make a connection to, okay, what all databases we have. 5, 4. Okay. The port number PGSQL -5432. Okay, let's make the connection to this database 5432. So first we would be doing it. Alter user. We specified some password. Right now it is not, doesn't have a password. Okay, I specify first step would be, tell me. I change this. I want to make an external connection, right? So I have to make an entry to listen address. I say listen address. Why it is not taking me there?
Once you search it out, then press enter.
Okay, okay. So listen address, then I put it asterisk over here. Okay, first thing I need to add asterisk so that I can make connection from my external servers. Okay, then I go to PGA. To the conf directory, pg_hpa.conf directory. Okay. Okay. So what will say host, name of the database. Maybe I want to connect only to Postgres. If I want to connect to any database, I can specify all also. Okay, but let us do only Postgres. Maybe IP address I can put all, or second thing would be I need to check my IP address over here. I'll say IP config. Okay, I put my IP address just like this 192.168.1.6. Okay, or I can put my IP address over here. Or maybe I put it 1.1 and I want that everything should match 8 at 16. Okay, so everything started with the Postgres should match. So I'm putting password. So I need to put a password. If I say trust, now password need not to put. So that means is all the IP addresses starting with 192.168 will able to connect to this database. Okay, so I go ahead and restart. -d. Okay, what is the data directory? PGCTL.
DB2, no?
No, this I'm using now. Okay. So now,
U01 DB2?
no, I'm
Oh,
not
you're
using
using
U01
the,
DB. I'm
okay,
using this one, Varley PGSQL that is created by default, right? 5.32. The first
okay.
database that was created. Okay, so I go back to my PGAdmin 4. I put the host name. Okay, so I think this is not going to take this host name, going to take this one host name because this is open, right?
Arnav, what change you're doing, just can you snip it into a Word file? Means whenever it works, once it works, then maybe the screenshot, like a snipping, like you can do in the Word file for the connection in the file and the that interface connection, so that we have it like as a gr- uh, as a reference, like just like document it in the Word file. And I don't know, like if you use that like a shift Windows S, so you can just snip any area.
Okay, I didn't save it actually.
So that's what, so if you do shift Windows S and snip that and copy in the Word file, so
Achha,
that,
you
yeah,
wanted to
so that,
copy into the snip tool you want to use?
just use the snipping tool so that we get a
But
screenshot
I
of.
don't think so. Snip tool will help now because how snip tool will help you, right? If I
No,
take a
no, I
screenshot
just,
of
I
this,
was, screenshot of
no,
the
if I take
file
a screenshot
setting.
of this file, what you will
Uh-huh.
get to know what I've done in this.
No, that is fine. That's what. So when we are doing, we at least have a visual that, okay, we are making these two changes. Like you said, we need to do two changes. No, the first is lover that HBA file. The second is the
This is there
listener
in
that will.
this is there in the slide also. You can just check the slides also.
Yeah, but this is something we are connecting to a tool, and then whatever you're doing right now, like that tool
Uh-huh.
you're trying to give that
Uh-huh.
parameters there. So that
Uh-huh.
particular window snipping, so that like that's the once the
Snipping,
connection is made, you
yeah, yeah, I'll do the snipping
screenshot.
for the win.
It's basically snipping.
Yeah,
Yeah.
screenshot.
So that like so 2, 3 because the steps we'll know the steps and we know what we will pass in the when we are first time configuring the tool, what it is expecting us to enter. And if it is in the Word file, it will be remembered, like,
Yeah,
means,
yeah, okay.
and because this
Yeah,
sounds like important, like both the things, like
yeah,
remote
yeah,
connection and the connecting the tool.
yeah. Okay, so where are we? Yeah, server name. This is my server name. I'm putting server name over here. Port was 5432, right? Database name is Postgres. Username is Postgres as well. Password I used was Oracle. It is Oracle, right? I change the password to Oracle, right? Okay, Oracle save password. Then I should be able to connect. Name must be specified. Okay, I put any name. Okay, I say maybe default DB. Okay, I put any this is a connection name. Okay, connection name, and then connection.
There's nothing like testing the connection.
Yeah. Error saving properties. Click for details. Okay. Just a minute. Let me see if I'm not connected to my office network. Just a minute. Okay, I'm not even, but I don't know why. I'm just what I say. I just re-logged into this site. Okay, nothing much I did. Okay, so let us say default DB, name of the connection, server name. This is we used, username Postgres and Oracle. Okay, so I save the password. I click on save. No PG, so it is going me error. No PGHP entry for this. Okay, I think.
I think it gave
Wait,
the IP.
yeah,
It
yeah,
gave
it gave the IP
172 or
actually.
something,
Yeah,
172 or
yeah. I
something.
think this is the IP. 192 might be not working because this would be some internal IP which is not visible actually. So let us put this entry actually. pghpa.conf. Host Postgres. So anyways, these things you can check it from your network team. That would be better. Okay. I think something like the first. Okay. I'm putting 16 again and password.
Is it
Okay.
necessary to do put 16?
No.
If
You can put exact password also, exact IP address also. 1986. Okay. If I put exact 19.86. Then I specified, oh, I'm sorry, what happened? It is 19.86. Then I specify 32 over here. And if I say 32, that means it will compare the complete IP address. Oh man, why it is repeating? 32. Okay. So PGAdmin.conf. Okay. So now I can just restart again. Restart -d. Okay. Now let us try. Okay. So you can see this database has been connected. Default DB. Okay. You can see the list of databases you have. You have only Postgres database over here. Okay. And you can have more databases if there is more. So schemas is public. Foreign tables, collision, sequence, tables, you can check it from here. These are all tables we had, right? The columns. So all your, what I say, all your, what is happening in your database, you can see it from this dashboard. Okay. What all sessions are connecting, you can see it from here. You can kill the sessions on by clicking on this kill sign. Okay, you can kill your sessions, you can kill your query also, and you can kill your session also. Okay, and you want to execute some query, so then there is a query tool available. You can execute the query as well. You can say select star from emp, and this is the execute button, just like any SQL developer tool. Anything, just like yeah, this all data came up, right? And then you can find the explain plan of the query as well. There is an explain button. I think this is the explain button. Okay, you can see the statistics. It is sequential scan on emp as emp. Okay, this is a full table scan happened. So this is what it's showing you. Okay, so this is you can explore it more. Okay, as much as possible. So there are different graphical tool. This is one of them, and this is the one which is free as well, by default available in the community site. Okay, so this is you can explore more. Okay, and depending on your
Do you
whatever you are
use
using.
this in your job?
No, I use Postgres Enterprise Manager, but that one is from EDB company.
But, that is, you said like 2 months only is.
2 months trial. That you can also download it and use it actually. 2 months. It's a simple tool to install, same like this. You can install it and you can make a connection like this. Okay, making a connection, I think the logic should be more on like how to make a connection. Maybe in the training is more important, like how to make a connection to PGHBA, that to this PostgreSQL.conf. And I think this also that looks bit more mature, but also I think somewhat same only. Okay, so fine. So let's start with the try to install this. Okay, try to install this and try to make a connection. Then get comfortable into this PGAdmin 4, and then maybe you can try for that Postgres Enterprise Manager also. Okay, for at least for 2 months you can use, and even you can change your IP address and still using it again. You have to install it once more. That's it. Okay, so we'll go for backup recovery.
This conference will
Maybe
now be
tomorrow.
recorded.
You will go for backup